Now we are going to do the second sum. Question number 2b, 8325 minus 491. Rough estimate rounding off to nearest to 100. This is the heading. So first question is 8325. This is you have to write the place value. Ones, tens, 100,000. So here ones, tens, 100. So you have to write the place value according to the number. So according to the digit. So now we are going to see the first is rough estimate rounding off to the nearest 100. So 100 nearest 100 means the last two digit becomes 0, that you know it very well. Nearest 10 means last one digit becomes 0, and nearest 1000 means last three digit becomes 0. That is what. So nearest number you have to use it. So 8325 is the last two digit, that is 25. Okay, the ones ends that is 8325. So what you are going to do, nearest 100, so you should not consider the 1000, you have to consider only the 100 and 100, tens and ones. So you have to write the nearest round off, right, a near rounding off to nearest 100. So you are going to do rounding off to the nearest 100, but you have to consider only the you have to consider not only the 100, you have to consider the tens and ones that I've told you already. So I've just done the sum. So 8325. So this is ones, tens, and 100 and 1000. So no need to consider 1000 place. You have to consider the 100 and tens and ones. So but not only consider the 100 place value, you have to consider tens and ones. I've told you already, because last two digit only becomes 0. So what is the number? This 25 you have to consider. So 25 means what? This is what? 25 becomes what? 25. That is, this is less than 50. This is less than 50. I have told you already, 50 and above. That means if the number is 50 and above, that means what you are going to do, you have to add 1 with the what? You have to add 1 with the 100 place value. Okay, you have to add 1 with the 100 place value. But this is in tens place 2 and ones place what? 5. Again I'll tell you. So this is 325. You have to rounding off the what? Nearest 100. So you have to consider the last three digit, but at the same time not only you can consider the 100 place value, you have to consider the last two digit, that is what? Tens and ones. What is the number in tens and ones? 25. So 25 is less than 50. So it is, the rule is not applicable here. What is the rule? That is, I've told you many times, that is 50 and above 50 means what you're going to do, you have to add with, you have to add 1 with, you have to add 1 with the 100 place value. But this rule is not applicable because 25 is less than 50. So what you're going to do, you have to write 1000 place as it is and 100 place as it is, and after that last two digit, because 100 means last two digit becomes 0. So the answer is 8300. So that is what I've written, 8300. The next one is what? Here minus, and the next is 491. So ones, tens and 100. So you have to consider the nearest 100. So you have to consider last three digits, but not only consider the 100 place value, you have to consider the tens and ones place value. What is the number in tens and ones? That is 91. So 91 is greater than 50. So what you are going to do, you have to add 1 with the 100 place value. That is 4 plus 1. This become 5. That means 5. After the last two digit, you have to add 0. You have to write 0. That means 500. So 491 becomes 500. This is a rounding off nearest 100 and the estimation value. So now 8325 become 8300 and 491 become 500. So you have to subtract these together. So 8300 minus 500. So 0 minus 0 and 0 minus 0. 3 minus 5. So it is not enough to subtract. So you have to borrow from what? 8. So you have to borrow only 1. So this 3 becomes 13 and this 8 becomes 7. So 13 minus 5. So you have to do the backward counting again. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So what is the number is 8. So okay, and after that what? You have to write 7 as it is. The number is 7800 is the right answer for this question. 7800 the right answer for the question. That is what? Rough estimate rounding off to the nearest 100. Question is 8,325 minus 491. So 8,325 becomes 8,300. This is the rounding of estimation. So 8,325 becomes 8,300. This is the rounding of nearest to 10. This is the rough estimate minus 491. This become 500. This is also rough estimate. If you subtract together, you can get the answer is 8,700. Sorry, 8,800. Sorry. 8,300 minus 500, the answer is 7,800. 7,800, this is the right answer for that question. 8,300 minus 500, you can get what? 7,800. This is the right answer for the first rough estimate. And question B, question 2, question, first subdivision. And second, closure estimate rounding off to nearest to 10. Closure estimate rounding off to nearest to 10. So that we are going to do. So at the same number as given, the same number 8,325. So nearest to 10, the last two digit becomes nearest to 10. So what? Only the that is nearest 100 mean last two digit becomes 0, but nearest to 10 means only the what? Only 1 0 come, because 10 means you have only 1 0. So last digit becomes 0. So look at this number, last digit becomes 0. So 8,325. So 1's, 10's, 100,000. So 1,000 place you have to write as it is, and 100 place also you have to write as it is, because nearest to 10, so you have to consider the 25 only, 25. So 8,325. 25, you have to consider the last two digits, that is 25. This is 1's and 10's. You have to write the remaining as it is, 8 and 3, that is 100 and 1,000 as it is you have to write. 25 you have to take. So not only consider the 10's place value, you have to consider the 1's place value also. So 5. So 5 means, I've told you 5 is equal to 5, that is 5 and above 5 only. You have to add what? 1 with the 10's place value. So that is the rule is applicable here. 5 is equal to 5, that is 5 and above 5 means you have to add 1 with the 10's place value number, that is 2 plus 1 become 3. So you have to write 3, 2 becomes 3, then in the 5 place, in the 1's place, what is the number 5? So this becomes 0. The answer is 8,330 I have written. And the next one is 491, I will write it here. 491, this is 1's and 10's and 1's, 10's and 100. So as it is 100 place value, you have to write 4 as it is. So 10's and 1's you have to consider, not only 10, you have to consider the 1's place value also. So what you are going to do, so 1, so 0, 1's place what, 1's place what, only 1. So I have told you, you have to write the nearest to 10. Nearest to 10 means last to 2 digit only you have to consider. 100 place you have to write as it is. So 10's place what is the number? 9. 1's place what? 1. So not only you should not consider, not only you will consider 10's place value, you have to consider the 1's place value also. So what is the number in the 1's place value? 1. So 1 is less than 5. 1 is less than 5. So you should not apply the rule. So 5 and above 5 only you have to add 1 with the 10's place value, but this rule is not applicable. So you have to write 9 as it is. This 1's place value becomes 0. So last digit becomes 0, because nearest 10 mean you have to what? You have to add only 1 0. That means nearest to 10. 10 means what? 1 digit. 1, that is 1's digit becomes 0. Only 1 0 comes. So that is why the last digit becomes 0. So 8,325 becomes 8,330 and 491 becomes 490. So these two are the closure estimate rounding off to nearest to 10. Now we are going to subtract 8,330 minus 490. So you are going to subtract. So 0 minus 0 as it is you have to write. 3 minus 9, it is not practically possible to subtract, it is not enough to subtract. So you have to borrow from here. So you have to borrow from 1. So this 3 become 13 and this 3 become 2. So 13 minus 9 means you must use the backward counting. So what you are going to do? After 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13, up to 13 you have to count, 4 you have to write, and this 2. This is not enough to subtract. 2 is not enough to subtract with 4. So what you are going to do? Again you have to subtract from what? 1,000 place. What is the number? You have to borrow only 1. So this 2 becomes 12 and this 8 becomes 7. 12 minus 4. So again you have to use the backward counting. 4 after 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So what is the number? So that means 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the answer is 8. Okay. So 7 you have to write as it is. So the answer is 7,840. This is the right answer for the question. 7,840 is the right answer for this question. I think so you understand the rough estimate rounding off to nearest 100 and closure estimate rounding off to nearest 10. You understand very clearly. Thank you.